Okay, let me grab a different gun.
That'd be a weird trade-off. You're poor in real life, but in every video game you play, you will amass vast amounts
Well, in pay-to-win games, at least, it's
of
kind of the way it
gold.
works.
Yeah, but I said you had to be poor in real life, so you couldn't buy the stuff to get rich in the game.
I suppose, but I
Like
mean,
in Grand Theft Auto 5, you could buy those shark cards.
but you could become poor in real life because you bought too many things in the game.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. That'd be kind of sad.
Yeah, I remember reading a thing where they were talking about why cheating or things like that was really common in. They were claiming China it was really a big thing, but somebody was saying they felt it was a cultural thing. Primarily, this idea that like, honor as a concept was this incredibly important thing to most people, but there really weren't any like legitimate ways to get it most of the time. If that made any sense?
Mm.
So it kind of created this problem where you'd have people who, were constantly told, like, yeah, you need to get this, but there was just no way for them to get it, so this temptation to kind of buy your way in becomes really bad.
Just, I don't know. It's like, you know how like people would like, they were selling ridiculous amounts of copies of PUBG in China because they were just getting banned. Like these, like the internet cafes would just buy like hundreds and hundreds of copies a day, and like people do whatever they wanted with them.
Yeah.
It feels good to win, but doesn't like a part of your mind just tell yourself, well, you cheated to do it? And wouldn't you think that would take away from a normal person's satisfaction?
I think it would, but at the same time, I think one of the things this guy was saying was that the way that culture views winning, like it's sort
Do
of like
whatever it takes to win,
thing.
kind of thing?
Yeah, like there really wasn't a shame associated with it in the same way that you might expect.
Just because this guy isn't using the same advantage that I am is not my fault. Kind of that kind of point of view, I guess.
Sort of, I guess. I don't know how to describe it really. I mean, the way the guy was talking about it, I honestly didn't fully understand.
Well, if you didn't understand it, then what does that mean for me?
I think you underestimate your intelligence.
Well, don't start calling me names.
My name's not Shirley.
I still think this is like totally random, kind of, but it's like on the intelligence things. Like the one riddle that I know the answer to, I had to look it up, but it was like it's like the best riddle ever, and it's just a play on words. What's this say? North, okay. But it's like, three men are on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and the boat tips over, and all three men sink to the bottom of the ocean, but not a single man gets wet. How is this possible? And the answer is like painfully obvious once you just listen. Once you just say the, you have to like pay attention to certain words.
Can you say it one more time?
Three men are on a boat in the middle of the ocean, and the boat tips over. All three men sink to the bottom of the ocean, but not a single man gets wet. How is this possible? And everyone usually is like, well, they're in a submarine. The submarine tipped over. Or they're wearing a wetsuit. No, it's none of that.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those puzzles that has a simpler solution, although I honestly am not hitting on it immediately.
Well, I won't make you think on it, but it's in the word single. Like, not a single man gets wet.
Oh, okay.
Because they're all married.
I like that. Well, I was going to say if all three of them...
Well, you were thinking of it as a group. Yeah, they were all married. Not a single man gets wet because they're all married. And like, but it's one of those riddles where it's like the answer is just it's just wordplay,
Well, yeah. But then again, I mean, you know me, that's a very fair, that's a safe area. You knew that I was going to be a friendly kind of audience for that.
Well, and now I'm aroused.
And now that's going to be on your YouTube channel.
Whatever happened to the guy you got hard-ons from jokes? I miss him. Bring him back.
It was the best part of your channel. I didn't come here to see intelligent commentary. I came to hear wordplay.
Wordplay. Ow. Stop spinning, Mr. Spinetti.
My wonderful mother in the Bronx. She told me, you know, I don't do this YouTube thing for nothing.
Ooh, that guy's got some health. Damn it. That wasn't too bad.
Oh, I get why they're called the Spinetti brothers now. It's because they spin. I was thinking it was just like
spaghetti?
a Italian or like a spaghetti reference. Oops.
Well,
Money.
it also might be that. Money! Alright. Oh, no, damn it, I mastered the good thing.
Time to go back to using the not good items.
Yeah. I suppose. That was my shield, though. I love that thing.
Oh, did the other ones not give you a shield when you use it?
Nah, the rest are all grappling hooks. Blood Chain. It's my band in high school. We were really bad.
I remember once in middle school, I think? Middle school or high school? I think it was middle school. We had like a band come and play for us. And I felt so sorry for them because they were like actually pretty damn good. And they were like just doing like covers of like popular songs. But they were playing in front of like an audience of like middle schoolers and like no one really cared. You kind of felt bad for them. I was like, oh, these guys are actually good. And like here we are just like not caring.
I'm reminded of a thing from I think it was actually Penny Arcade, but they were the writer was talking about how he had, you know, he used to be in a band and all this kind of stuff, and he was saying like, you know, these are grim times when you're in a band and you know you got to open for some, you know, really crappy thing. But he's like, you know, but the thing you always got to keep in mind though is you're opening for them. Like, yeah, it sucks that you're opening for somebody who's horrible. But you are opening for them. I mean, like, they clearly got far enough where they are the lead act. And the other guy's like, okay, what's the worst thing you've opened for? And he's like, I opened for a band named Anal Cunt.
Anal Cunt.
I looked it up. It's a real band.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe it would be like a blessing. Oh, man. Because if you're opening for them, the expectations are higher
Limited.
on them.
Oh,
Oof.
damn it. I don't have any shield.
But, like, you know, you could just be like, oh, this is just the opening act, who cares? But then, like, if you do really good, then people will be like, oh, this band sucks, at least the guy that opened was better.
I suppose, yeah, it does give you more of an opportunity to look good. But, I mean, that's got to just be like a low point in your career. Like, there's so many things like that I can imagine.
Well, it's just
like,
the name that's the low point.
No, their music was awful, too. I mean, this was not like a thing where it's like, oh, man, these guys are so good once you get, you know, used to the name. I mean, the name was very representative. I mean, I think like they had like multiple band members die from heroin overdoses. I mean, this was...
Oh, I was expecting some sort of like anal-related death.
No, I mean, well, that would have been a lot more entertaining. Damn it, I have nothing to defend myself in this build. I may just have to take my shield back.
This video was put out earlier today. Well, no, it was like 4 days ago. It was like the history of Majora's Mask speedrunning, and it was like... It was just amazing to watch, because it goes all the way back to like 2005, when the first person did something akin to a speedrun. You know, they wouldn't even really call it a speedrun.
Yeah.
And then, you know, it just like choreographs all the changes and like advancements like the people have found, and like...
Is the Summoning Salt in his videos?
No, it wasn't one of Summoning Salt's, but I am surprised. Like he's probably done more than his fair share of those.
Yeah.
But it was neat because it's just like, you know, all this stuff has changed, and like in 14 years they managed to get like the time down from 5 hours to like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, I remember there was some video about, like, I think it was Ocarina of Time, but they were showing off, like, just the stupid amount of things people had figured out, like, accidentally. You know, just incidental crap that they had never intended to actually do. But...
Oh yeah, like the crazy kind of, like, the warps and stuff you can get, like, after beating a temple or something that sends you to a completely different part of the map or the game.
Yeah.
It leads me to wonder, like, if like, the developers could watch this video before they made the game, if they would go out of their way to change it. I'm sure they would. Like, they would want to patch a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, maybe so.
That's
although...
probably not the way they would want the game to be played.
Yeah, I've seen some devs that talk about, you know, like, thinking it's kind of cool when players figure stuff out, but I imagine they probably would want to get rid of some of them at least.
Well, don't you think it looks bad on them, though? If their game is, like, so easily, like, glitched out because of their...
I suppose it might, but... I don't know, I mean,
especially Japanese game developers.
I don't know, I mean, I think some of them probably could take it. It sort of depends, I guess, on like, how badly and in what way that it kind of freaks the game out. I mean, there are definitely some
dishonor this company. Just pulls out a samurai sword and stabs himself in the stomach. Damn, I got killed by a leech. That's the first time that's ever happened. How embarrassing. Killed by a leech. Oh no, you are so dead.
Yeah, I was a few flavors of screwed right there. I imagine also as a little do like how obvious the break is. Like there are some video game glitches that probably people don't even notice. Or you have to like go out of your way to find them and all that kind of stuff. As opposed to others that are probably just so unbelievably obvious that, like, you know...
What's the big one in Super Mario 64? It's like the backwards long jump thing where you just like...
Oh yeah, the
Mario like sits on his butt and like just like freaks out and starts going super fast. That's the one that they use to go up that infinite stairway, I think. That you normally can't go up unless you have... Is it like 70 stars or something?
Yeah, I think so. 60-something stars, maybe?
I never beat that game.
Remember.
I had it.
What?
It was like one of the first Mario games. It was one of the first games I ever had, and I never beat it.
That's a shame. That's a really good one.
It's too hard. I was like 10 years old when I got that game. Could you see a 10-year-old beating Super Mario 64?
What?
Could you see a 10-year-old
Yeah, I think
beating
I was
Super
10,
Mario
but I can,
64?
like, my cousin did, maybe.
Could you see a normal 10-year-old? Here, who's that?
I don't know any normal 10-year-olds.
You know, any 10-year-old that's not in Maine, out on the beach
I don't think
playing
Maine
with
is
lobsters.
exactly, like, listen, you have to play with lobsters early on because that just like builds up your killer instinct.
If he doesn't learn now, they'll pinch his ankles off when he's 12.
Most of us have lost arms.
Oh my god, my poor shield. Holy shit. They're all yours, too. I can't do anything.
I'll try to free a few up. Damn it, I'm down again?
Oh, no. Get up, get up, get up. Yeah, good girl.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, now I'm down for real. I've noticed it never seems to work twice, like back to back. Oh
shit.
god, you're getting attacked
I'm
from
doomed.
everywhere.
Yeah, I'm doomed. Yeah, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to get close to you there.
They're throwing mines everywhere. They're crazy.
Worst can worst, I can duck out quick if we can't really do this and get myself the
Let's give it
the
one more
shield again,
shot.
but- Yeah, I'm willing to give it a few more goes.
At least one more shot, then. I
Yeah.
blame the fucking spikes.
Yeah, the normal spikes are bad too, but the fucking ones are really getting to me.
Sentient and sexual.
That was my Tumblr name, wasn't it?
I wonder how Tumblr's doing now.
You know, I don't know. I'm actually kind of curious, like, I mean, I know a lot of people are saying, like, oh, you know, they'll get rid of porn and it's just going to stop working, which is true, but... I mean, that may not be what they were kind of going for, as odd as that sounds.
Well, it's like, you know, 90% of our user base is here for the porn. Let's get rid of the porn for moral standings, because, you know, if Tumblr doesn't have porn, there's not going to be any porn left on the internet anywhere. Obviously.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't think they were really worried about that as much as just, like, they didn't want them to... It's sort of like saying, like, you know, it's... Having murderers is bad, you know, but as long as... Maybe you still might hold yourself to a standard like, well, as long as I'm not a murderer. Not that I want to, you know, make a false equivalency here.
Ah, damn it. Get up. There you go.
I'm guessing your like, get-up ability has a cooldown to it.
It might. It doesn't say that it does, but that makes sense, really.
Damn it.
Ugh.
I've lost track of myself.
Can't even see you. Oh, you're up here. Okay. They just keep fucking spawning. God, it's insane. There's no end.
I'd say just focus on the ones you see with blue shields. I can try to kill the others, but... If you can pop the shield on them, I can take them out.
Is that not it? Is there more? Oh, we have to keep going. Okay. That's
I think
fine,
they
as long as
level.
it's a goddamn checkpoint. I don't remember the lava effect.
Oh, this is right to, like... Oh, shit, I need to run further behind you.
Oh, sorry.
That's alright.
I forgot the premise of this one.
I didn't really think I'd like the air version of my special move, but man, it really kills people.
At first, I didn't like it. And then I saw how good it was at murdering everybody. And now I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I can one-shot even those big bastards.
Was I talking to you about Robin Williams the other night? About how he was like... Did I bring that up with you?
I don't think so. I'm down. Shit.
Because I was listening to a... Never think of this guy's name. He does a lot of voices for The Simpsons, though. He does like Moe and Carl and Chief Wiggum and Duffman. What is his name? Anyways, he's I think it was in the movie Birdcage. He was working with Robin Williams, and he said that he like when the tour bus would come by through the studios with like people on it, like all the other celebrities and stuff would normally run inside and kind of hide, you know, because who wants to deal with the people? Hank Azaria, that's who it was.
Yeah.
And he said Robin Williams would be the only one that would actively go out and like just happily run out there and just like start like entertaining them just because, you know. And then they got to talking about how they thought, well, you know, maybe this was like some sort of a...
We're just surviving this bit. Oh, balls.
Oh, I hated this thing. But they was like, you know, maybe it's more of just a...
Move in a circle, I think. No, I need my freaking shield for this. I don't know if you can survive long enough to hold it. I think we had to kind of like move in like a pattern.
Holy shit.
It was like one side to the other, basically.
Oh my goodness.
Back up. Wait, they're down. Shield's down. Oh, I actually just accidentally killed him. Alright, I want credit for that accidental kill.
Whew. God dang. But yeah, they were talking about how...
He was just into that, huh?
Well, it's maybe it was just like, you know, something he did because he needed to do it. Like, because the attention, you know, and stuff like that. I don't know. I was thinking about that because it was like may have something to do with why he ended up killing himself, because he was always just so, like, because he was so depressed or something.
I don't know. I heard it was more. I may be wrong with this. I remember reading something that he, maybe like Alzheimer's, or essentially was like getting diagnosed with a condition that was kind of like, okay, this is a death sentence. Like, you know, shit's going to get bad, essentially, and deciding like, you know, I'd rather not.
Why'd you bring up this dark topic for?
I thought you brought it up.